So you're happy to carry on working during the power cut?
Yeah, fine.
I'll just hold my torch here like this.
Yeah.
So you can see what you're doing. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. So we've pretty much stripped all of the interior out now. We've even taken the dash out ready for the cage to go in, which hopefully is arriving next week. So we can trial fit that. So now the next step is we've got to get the engine out, because the engine is going to be sent off. So I found someone to rebuild the engine. So we're going to take the engine gearbox out. We're going to split the engine and gearbox. Then we'll have to get the gearbox sent to a rebuild specialist who we use. So we're going to send that to London. And they also put the diff, because it has a limited diff that goes in the gearbox. So we're going to send that off. Engine will come out. We'll strip all the engine off of all its components, get that sent off to the engine rebuilders, and that will hopefully come back all nice and clean. And then all of the components, so turbo especially, will have to be rebuilt or a new one, and all the other components clean up under the engine bay, make sure everything's all clean and tidy, because the main thing is what we want for this car to be is 1, reliable, 2, easy to work on, nice and clean and tidy to work on. So we'll also get it up in the air, get the wheels off, get everything else stripped off that we want to get re-powder coated, so probably the arms, lower arms and bits and bobs that we can take off will get re-powder coated and ready for the new suspension, new bushes to go on. Pretty much everything wants to be like building a new car, so obviously there's some things that we can't practically take off. I'm not going to take it back to a complete bare shell, but everything that we need to get to going forward, we will take off, clean up, rebuild and put it back together. So first step is, I think all this front panel comes off, so the engine, we've got a crane, we just ordered a crane, so we've got that now. So the engine will pull up rather than drop down. So all of this will come off, lights, bumper, grille. So we'll start doing that now, and which will show you a bit of how it all comes apart, and then work out how to get the engine out.
Can't do it, can you?
Can't even do that bit. When I say we are going to get the engine out, it's actually going to be Matthew here that's getting the engine out. Please. So, yeah. For me, it just looks like there's 3 bolts there, and a couple of bolts over there, and it just pulls out.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon it might be a bit more involving than that, mate.
Right, anyway, let's crack on.
Yeah, it's definitely in one.
Just lots of rusty bolts.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nice new ones in when we put it back together.
Got it. Fun, yeah. Action! Pick that on.
Unplug it.
You know, ready for the reveal. Just twist it.
There we go. One bumper off.
Bumper off. Bumper.
So we've got the bumper off now, which basically was 2 bolts through here, unclicked here, bolts down the side. Front end of the wing line has come off. But we've got to take this, now unbolt this
Crash bar.
And then hopefully if we disconnect all the radiators, drain all the water and everything, the whole front end should come off with a rad and everything. Then we can get to the engine, start stripping it down. Pretty much.
What'd you say, Joe? Couple of bolts?
Couple of bolts, that's what I said.
Couple of bolts.
Job done, we'll be done in.
Bolt down
By the
there.
end of the day, another hour we'll be done. Engine out.
How long will it take, Jay, to get the bumper off?
Took us about 10 minutes. What do you reckon?
About 10 minutes.
10 minutes with 3 of us doing it.
3 of us.
You 2 doing it, and me watching. Me, what's the word?
Overseeing.
Supervising.
Guiding.
Yeah.
Supervising. Right.
There she is. Now, do we paint it black? The grille?
I think the grill's got to go black.
Yeah.
Or an aftermarket one. Mesh one. How heavy is this? It's quite heavy, isn't it? A way of lightening it.
Perfect placement. It's cold today, isn't it? It's only going to get colder. Just covering my backside.
So, we're now coming to the final part of the strip out of this car. So, as you've seen in the video before, we've pretty much got all of the interior out, everything stripped out, all the panels that we can take off, ready for the cage to go in. We've taken the whole front end off, so the bumper come off, crash bar, front panel, all the radiators and everything have come off. So as you can see, all of this area is completely open now for the engine to be able to lift it out. We've also had to take all of the loom off of the engine, so all of the plugs, everything plugs in, which is nice. So you just unplug everything, auxiliary belts off, the exhaust, the manifold has come off. We just need to take the suspension off because that is going to be replaced with the control parts for the race series. But we need to take it off anyway because the drive shaft needs to be unbolted from the gearbox. So as soon as the drive shafts are unbolted, the engine is pretty much free, other than on its mounts, which are just bolted on the gearbox there, one up here, and I think one down the back. So we're pretty much undo 5-6 bolts, and the engine will lift out. And that will be us then for the strip out. That will be the first video done. And next video is going to be exciting actually. We're going to have all of the parts which still aren't here. They have taken some time, but I've been told they're ready to go now. So any time, probably start next week, we'll have all of the bits. We'll have the cage, all of the control parts, all of the bits for the engine, and we'll start dummy fitting the cage. So please watch the next video because it's going to be an exciting one. We'll have all of the bits laid out. We can see what's going in, and yeah, that's the fun bit really. So stripping it out is probably the most boring part, but it's what we have to do. Obviously the engine is, once this is out, we're going to send it off to have it rebuilt, and the gearbox will also be rebuilt by a specialist, and the limited slip diff will be put in. That will all come back. When the engine comes back and the gearbox, we'll build it all back up. We'll put all new bits on, so new turbo will go on, probably I'll put a new alternator on, starter motor, things like that. All the things that in racing is important to build not only a fast car, but you want a reliable car. So things that let you down, the little things that let you down in racing are the things that ruin your championship. If you get a DNF and just because of one silly part that's gone wrong you didn't replace, it's the worst thing to happen. So I will replace all of those things that I know from my experience that let you down. So that's pretty much it. I think we're ready now. We're going to take the engine out and we'll do a little time lapse of that just as that comes out, and then it'll be on to the next video.